Hello, this is Zahar Hilkevich, and today I'm going to show you one of the most amazing SQL tricks I have ever came up with. Today we will be converting decimal numbers to binaries, binaries to decimals. We'll do it in a single select statement, and we will not be using any mathematical formulas that are remainder or power function based. You don't even have to know how to calculate a binary from decimal. You don't need to know any formulas. We'll be using very primitive math. Alright, so as you know, binary numbers are the numbers that are comprised of zeros and ones. And let me show you how we can mimic a table that has 0 and 1 value. We'll be using built-in collection constructor. So we'll be selecting column value from sys od ci varchar to list collection constructor. We'll put here 0 and 1 in that order, it's important. So here we go. So that mimics a table that we want, and we can just rename the column value with digit alias. And also, if you're using Oracle below 18 version, you may need to put a table function around collection constructor. So let's just do it. And let's put it in common table expression. Let's call it D as digit. Okay, so what's gonna happen if we use two copies of the D table? Let's alias one as A and another one as B. We'll be using Cartesian product here. That's also important. No joins. So A digit concatenated with B digit. Let's call it a binary number. Okay, we got all possible binary numbers of the length 2. What if we need more than 2 digits? Let's see what if we need 3 digits. So we'll just use another copy of the D CD with alias C. And here we go. So we got all possible binary numbers of the length 3. And pay attention to the fact that they sorted properly. This is 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, if you're converting it to decimals. How do we know which one is decimal? Well, this is trivial. We can use row num -1 as a decimal number. Perfect. So far so good. So for a given length, right, we know how many copies of the D common table expression we need to take, and we can produce any binary number you want of a specific length, right? But what if we don't know the length? Let's say we take a number 46 or 28 or whatever you choose, right? How would you do that? How would you guess how many copies of CD you need to put in Cartesian product? Besides, you don't have to, or you shouldn't be changing your query based on the input parameter. So since we need to know how many tables, or we need to dynamically join or put in Cartesian product different number of tables, the only way I figured would be using common hierarchical or recursive common table expression. Recursive is a better term. Alright, so let's change this query a little bit. So we will add common table expression X, and it will have at least a couple of columns for now. We can put decimal number and binary number as columns. We'll be selecting same thing as here. This is as decimal, and you don't need alias here. And initially it will be just a digit. So the base select statement will have just one copy of D. But now, in the recursive part, when we do union all, and first column is always the same, so we'll be using X binary num concatenated with D digit from X Cartesian product D. So X will already have so many copies of D included, so in the recursion step we just add one more. And we need to put exit condition. How long we're going to do it? Well, let's say, I don't know, let's for now put when the length of binary num is less or equal to less than 3, for example. Let's see what we're going to get. Alright, so we got a lot of records, 14. So these two records generated in the first, in a base select. This is our second iteration, this is third iteration, 3 iterations only. So essentially this condition is how many iterations we do and what would be the maximum length of a binary number. But that's not good enough for us. We don't know the length, right? As we said before, what if you don't know the length of the binary representation of a decimal 46, right? We need to come up with something better than that. So as we noticed, here we had 2 values in this iteration. Here we had 4 values, 8, etc., right? Let's add one more column here, some sort of a count. And let's simply count number of values in each iteration of our recursion. So analytic function count helps. We'll add it in both queries. And let's see the value of this function. 2, 4, 8, right? So we can use this column CNT as exit condition now. We can say let's gonna do it until x CNT is smaller than the number we want to convert, and let's say we want to convert 28. Okay, where did we stop? We stopped at 32, and 28 is one of the numbers in the decimal number column. So we can just filter it now as decimal number equal to 28, right? And let's just select these 2 columns. So the first part of our challenge is done. We learned, we figured out the way to convert a decimal number 28 to a binary. Well, if you remember our previous result, and if we simply remove the where clause, you will see that we have not just converted one number, right? We converted pretty much all numbers from 1 to, from 0 to 31, right? Which is a biggest number of a given length, right, in a binary representation. So we can use the same query, pretty much the same query, to convert binaries to decimals. So this query gives us a conversion from decimal to binary, right? How do we do it the other way around? Well, to do it the other way around and to put a proper exit condition, we just need to add one more column. We will call it length, right? It could be iteration number, it could be length, it's same thing, right? So let's call it len, and in the first query it will be 1, and every subsequent iteration will just add 1, right? So we'll just put x len plus 1. So the exit condition for our query will be, again, let's convert the same number back, right? So the length of our binary number should be less than x len. So let's see what it will give us. Something is wrong. It should be the other way around. Alright. So to finalize our query, we just need to put a filter where binary num equal to our input parameter. Here we go. Now, if you want to change it, you can see, let's say, let's add something else here. You will see that it will work same way. Well, we can also test edging conditions. Let's say, what if we need to convert 0 or 1? Will it work or not? Of course it will. So you learn how to do binary to decimal conversion, decimal to binary conversion with a single query and without using any complex mathematics. If you enjoy this video, please like it, share it, and subscribe to my channel and Facebook group. Have a nice day.